You can't just be like, well, it was ours. More of it was ours, actually. And it's really fucked up that and we're not even asking for more of it now. It's really messed up. It's like, what are you, a fucking baby? What's wrong with you? These are like real human beings that live there, you fucking asshole. Shut the fuck up. Yes.
Which number is that?
I don't know. Why you, bro?
Chat,
why are you
which
stressing
number
me?
is it?
Why are you stressing me? Chat doesn't count either. Please don't ask him to count. All right, we're gonna watch Ben Debunks Hamas propaganda.
So TikTok is filled with pro-Hamas people standing for the.
No, I don't like that. I can't get over it. Once a chatter told me that like Israelis do this and Ben does it as well, even though he's not Israeli. That the Israelis say Hamas on purpose.
Why?
I can't unhear it now, like with a KH sound.
Yeah,
like,
but why do they say it like that?
I think it's just. I don't know. I don't know why they say it like that. I think it's just like to be disrespectful, maybe. I don't know. But the argument is like, oh, well, disrespectful to a terror group or whatever. But like, I think it's just to make it sound like extra Arabic, maybe to make it sound ethnic. I don't know.
More scary.
But to me, it's like I can't unhear it now. I don't know. Yeah, it is Orientalist for sure.
The terrorist group. We're going to go through some of their videos, and we will see what shining bright moral lights they have, how much nuance they can provide. This video is sponsored by our friends at Genucell.
Whenever you
What the fuck is Genucell?
I love Ben being like, this is why the ethnic cleansing must continue until I feel sated, until my bloodlust has gone away. This video was sponsored by Genucell. With Genucell, you can change your genes or whatever.
losing hope, just remember that this hashtag, the ones that say stand with Israel, got millions of views, but the Palestine ones got multi-millions
Let's go!
of views.
Run it up!
Wait, I don't get it. Why is that pro-Hamas?
Because all Palestinians are Hamas.
This is Hamas propaganda? Like, what the fuck? Wait, I can't edit it?
What?
Oh, edit post. Here you go.
You're editing?
I can't get over it because I can't over the fact. I can't get over the fact that one of John Fetterman's Fettermanians was just like him during this altercation.
He's editing his little tweet.
Yeah.
He almost triple. Don't ever let the media fool you. The people stand with Palestine. This is with all of the money that Israel's.
Hold on.
First of all, I think that like TikTok analytics to get a better assessment of what's going on is not the best way to do this.
It is if you want to know what people who are afraid to ask for more ketchup at a restaurant are thinking.
Okay, fair. I mean, that's you.
Yeah.
Are you talking about yourself?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I mean, I was.
You don't trust the Israel versus Palestine TikTok lives? Yeah, exactly. It's like looking at the fucking Israel versus Palestine TikTok lives of like, and being like, well, the Palestinian side wins all the time.
Spends on propaganda. It doesn't matter. The people are still hashtagging Palestine way more and doing it way more than Israel. So don't ever forget that.
You know why that is? Because there are 15 million Jews on the planet, and there are 1 billion Muslims on the planet.
Shit.
That would be.
I mean, never mind. I changed my mind on all this.
Wait, I mean, he's not wrong. That he's literally right. That is definitely a part of it, and yet there is no democracy. It's also not 1 billion, it's 2, so.
Be the reason. I love the conspiratorial. The Jews with their money and those moneyed Jews. But we are still winning.
Wait, it's a conspiracy to say that Israel spends a fuck ton of money specifically to propagandize? What are you saying? Like, anytime, like, what the fuck? It's like, wow. You mean Jews engage in purchasing things with money? Got you. Classic. Are you saying Jews love money? It's like, no, man. That's not. Nobody said that. The fuck? Also, 15 million Jews, but like not all of them are fucking pro-Israel, especially not as pro-Israel as you are. Oh my God. What do you have to say to this? Sorry. I got out of control here.
I just am listening to what he has to say, so I could kind of, weigh it all out.
Okay. you're in the center right now. You're like, I don't know if I'm. Seems like he might have some good takes.
He said there are a lot of Muslims because that's the first thing he was like. Well, have you considered that there are a lot of Muslims?
That part is not
all trending.
That part is not wrong. He is right about that.
Yeah, I know.
Like that is part of the reason why the hashtag is so prominent, and it's not just like the Muslim world as well. I would say that there are absolutely more people all around the world that look to the situation in Israel with their ethnic cleansing campaign and say that's fucked up, than vice versa, regardless of the overwhelming media narrative, regardless of what our politicians are saying. So on that front, he's technically not wrong. I know he's just saying it about, there's more Muslims or whatever, but it's just fucking ridiculous.
Because the people love us. Or maybe there are a billion Muslims and a huge number of them hate Israel and are anti-Semitic.
Be very careful what you say about Israel.
Fair.
Any believer going against Israel, you are making yourself an enemy against God.
I don't know how this Zionist propaganda made it to the black community, but it is incorrect. First of all, Palestinians and Israelis worship the same God. It's the God from the Abrahamic religions.
Wait, why did he go, it's true. What the fuck? Why did he, wait, am I crazy? Why did he go, no?
First of all, Palestinians and Israelis worship the same God. It's the God from the Abrahamic religions.
Like, he's like shocked. He got whiplash from that. He got scared.
Not in his Torah.
Second of all, Palestine is not going against God by not wanting to give up their land to Israel, land that they've lived on for hundreds of thousands of years.
Whoa, hundreds of thousands? That's an amazing piece of news. Hundreds of thousands of years Palestinians have been living there? That's kind of strange. Hundreds of thousands of years, as person say.
I like that he's like shitting on this TikTok, but he's like a serious man. He's like a serious commentary guy. And he unironically just shaves, like, he doesn't say hundreds of thousands, but he was like, Israelis were there 3,000, 4,000 years ago. Like, what the fuck?
Historical genius. As far as the Palestinians and the Israelis are worshiping the same God, it is true that Allah and God are the same God. It is not true that the
Wait, why was he grossed out by it then?
Palestinians are worshiping the same God as the Israelis, not in this conflict, where Hamas is worshiping a death cult.
Oh, hell yeah. He's spitting there, though.
Yeah! He said...
Hold up.
Yeah, he said...
He kind of ate her up there a little bit.
Yeah, he said Hamas is actually worshiping a different God. Fucking got him, dude.
The U.S. and the European nations are so for Israel, they should give them land from Europe or land from the United States to live on.
The Jews are indigenous. The Jews are the indigenous people of the land of Israel. It's why Judea...
Jews are indigenous to Israel. Yeah, dude. It's like everyone's indigenous to Africa if you go back far enough. You know what I'm saying? Jews are indigenous to Israel. It's so stupid.
Land back.
Yeah. This is a land back movement. He's woke, dude. He's fucking woke.
Ben Shapiro's gone woke.
Yeah.
This is sick.
Yeah. Jews are indigenous and Ben is famously pro-indigenous peoples. Yeah, dude. It's time to give Native Americans their own version of Mark 84 rockets and munitions and Iron Dome so they can do land back in the same way that Israel is doing.
I fuck with that.
To the Palestinians.
Let's go.
Judea is called Judea. God, the historic ignorance here, suggesting the Jews are somehow the colonial outpost in the Middle East when Jews predated the existence of Islam by some 2 millennia or so. It's so crazy. These people...
No, it's crazy to fucking make any claim like this because there is no, like, everyone can now live everywhere with this concept. It's so, I don't know. I personally am, of course, a famous pan-Turanist, so I do think the entire world is Turkish, and therefore it belongs to the Turks. So technically, it's time to give the step back to the Turkic. Mongolia owns the world, basically, all the way into fucking Europe. It's time. It's time. Jews can have Israel, and then the pan-Turanist movement will take over everything.
Just stay off my island, bro.
Islam isn't genetic. The Muslims that are there now used to be Christian, and before that, they had a different religion. I know, like, that part is really stupid as well, so it doesn't matter. DNA evidence shows that 80% of Palestinians and 50% of Jews had a common ancestor within the last 3,000 years. They're both indigenous to the region. What is it, like Canaanites or something? Isn't it? Isn't that what it is?
Canaanites?
Canaanites? I don't fucking know. I don't really care about any of this shit. I'll be honest, like, the whole the whole concept around.
I think most of these people making these arguments don't care about this argument either.
Yeah. Ben acts like he cares about it, which is really stupid because like there is no justification for Israel's actions right now. But I haven't done like enough. I will admit personally that I have not done enough like of a deep dive into 3,000 years of Judea theories.
Clip it.
No, because it's so stupid. It's like a ridiculous fucking argument to try to base. It's myth making that literally completely overrides like written documents of a movement that considered itself to be a colonial movement. Okay, that's why it's stupid. Like you said, like you read Theodore Herzl.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm like it's so dumb, because the fucking founding fathers of Israel didn't consider it to be anything but a colonial movement. It's so dumb.
I also think this goes back to something you were saying yesterday and something you've been saying a lot, which is there is this implied fear and concern and also messaging about the bloodlust of these people who are subjugated and what the violence that they'll visit upon their oppressors if they're allowed to live in peace and, you know, democratically and all that stuff. And I think like, fuck, I just lost myself. It just like was just going and it's just gone, bro.
You were spitting.
I know I was spitting and then I just fucking lost it.
Yeah.
Anyway, free Palestine. I'm sorry.
People don't know
More Hamas propaganda.
anything. There's so
Yeah, the irony is it is very like Nazis also had a mythology that naturalized their violence. Like it's just because it's fascist. Okay? Fascist movements inevitably seek out like weird fucking national identity myth making, and Nazis did that shit with like Nordic runes and whatever the fuck, like esoteric Nazi theories were established at the time as well. It is basically another. It's a continuation of like, oh, we were always here. We always deserve to be here, which is why like, you know, it's not. Who gives a fuck what the founding fathers said? Like, this is our land for 3,000 years. Yeah, Nazis doing it with ancient Rome and even before that.
so ignorant, and they are so unbelievably stupid. By the way, the argument that she's making about repatriating Jews to, say, Europe, where last time Jews were repatriated there, you know, it ended really poorly. You know what I noticed? If you look at a map of the Middle East, Israel is like this big. And if you look at all the Muslim countries surrounding it,
I love that, dude. This is always the same propaganda. Okay, bitch, what about Gaza? Like, do you know how fucking tiny, do you know how minuscule the land afforded the Palestinians is then? Because anything you say about Israel, you could say tenfold for the Palestinians. Like, oh man, look at how tiny the area they gave the Jews is. Like, oh, it's fucked up. It should be much larger. Like, what do you mean? What do you fucking mean?
they're like this big. And yet none of them are taking in any of the Palestinian refugees. Weird. Weird how that works. Strange. Doesn't matter that 800,000 Jews were expelled from Arab.
Also ridiculous because, like, the land given to all Jews, as he says, even though, like, originally when that land was partitioned out, there was significantly less people there anyway. I hate it. I hate it. For 15 million versus 2 billion, that's pretty fair. It's not how any of this works.
And Muslim lands in 1948 to 1957.
Ironic because, like, 1948, or before 1948, like, the land partitioning specifically was unjustifiable because there was, what was it, like 20% Jewish, 80% Palestinian, and they got a 50-50 split. Like, it was already ridiculous even back then.
No, I think it was...
or 30%. Yeah, 30% Jewish, 70% Palestinian, Arab. And it was a 50-50 split.
That doesn't matter. And that Israel took all of them in, and 0 Palestinians have been absorbed by anyone in the surrounding area, specifically to use as a tool against the Jews. Now, really, the United States should set aside a part of Montana for the Jews in the historic
Montana's
Jewish
really
homeland
nice.
of Montana. God, these people are just...
Wait, why is he so mad about that? Like, see, I think, like, unironically, I think that it would have been literally... I think it would have been more ethical overall if, like smack dab in the middle of Germany. You know what I mean? Like, some parts in West Germany, some parts in East Germany was just, like, the holy land for Jewish people. Like if they built it right there. No, you don't think so?
I don't know. I don't know if, like, in all seriousness, I don't know.
Fuck it, give the entirety of Germany, I think.
Yeah, hell yeah, let's go.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go.
Like,
that's what you get for wearing socks. Oh, you wear that right though. Oh, you're literally doing that right now.
What?
Wearing socks with some
Lederhosen?
Yeah,
Is that what you were about to say?
floppies.
Yeah.
No, I think like it's not really useful to do the counterfactuals. I think what's useful is to say what the fuck happened after World War II, and it was that all of these allies, including the United States, they were extremely fucking anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that's
true. They didn't want Jews in their countries.
Yeah.
And like that's not ever part of this conversation is the fact that all these other people were extremely fucking anti-Semitic. So they were like, oh, this is fine. There's some poor brown people over here. We can kick them the fuck out.
I think our formative historian, Holocaust scholar Candace Owens said it best accidentally when she revealed the Western position that Hitler wanted landing elsewhere. And I think about that a lot because unironically, that was the position of like the Western world. Literally was like, all right, yeah, the stuff that you're doing, internally, whatever, that's kind of your business. Like, we don't really fuck with the Jews either. Maybe we'll send them your way. But also, oh, fuck, oh, shit, now they took over France. Oh, fuck, now they're bombing England. Stop. Why are you, what the fuck is kind of what happened. And I do legitimately feel like if he just, like, kept it, if Hitler just kept it, not even to France, but specifically to Eastern territories, like, who knows what would have happened. It wasn't anti-Semitism that was the guiding, like people wanting to combat anti-Semitism. That was the leading principle, the leading motivation in the Allies fighting against Nazi Germany is what I'm trying to say.
Not even, I mean.
Like not even remotely. No. In a different timeline, Hitler and Churchill were best friends. Dude, Churchill's statements about Palestinians and about Indians and about Native Americans and the Aboriginal population is identical to what Hitler also has said about non-white people. Like, it is identical. Like a one-to-one comparison.
I can't even critique the stupidity. Every moment I spend with these people makes me dumber. It's unreal.
They should let them make a country there, not on Palestine.
Palestine is a fiction. Palestine is a fiction. It was made up by the...
Dude, oh, God, he's so gross. I hate that. The idea that Palestine is a fiction. Israel is real. Palestine is a fiction is such a ridiculous position to have because Israel literally is a fiction. It is an invention, whereas there's at least more historic precedent for Palestine. What a ridiculous... Oh, God, it's always projection. I'm losing my fucking mind.
Romans, after the expulsion of Jews in 136 CE after the Bar Kokhba revolt, and it was made up with the name Palestine specifically to mock the Jews, because it was supposed to be a representation of the Philistines.
The Bible does not say anything about Israel because Israel was created in 1948 when the British and the United Nations decided to fight a war with Palestine.
What the f*** is she talking about? What in the world is she talking about? Fight a war with Palestine? In what sense? This is such pseudo-history. These people are morons. They're morons. The British mandate was in place until 1947.
It wasn't a war. It was just a massacre at that point.
Yeah. It's more so...
He's right.
Well, also, the British weren't, like, actively... At that point, the British weren't actively helping. Before that, they were. They were fucking arming and training these Zionist brigades. And then... Which is, like, very Western involvement in the Middle East core to just, like... train these fucking rebel groups at the time, and then they go and do a suicide bombing on your fucking headquarters, which is like a tale as old as time itself, like 9/11 blowback coming from the Jewish terror cells at the time, the Zionist terror cells like Irgun and Lehi, is a timeless certified classic. Yeah.
Certified classic.
It is. They literally, the British were like, oh yeah, it's cool. We'll take the Zionist brigades and we'll fucking train them, okay? And we'll give them weapons. And then they'll they'll deal with it on their own. They'll be able to deal with it on their own. And then, oh, fuck, the Arabs are revolting too much. Maybe we should stop Jewish immigration into the area because it's becoming too much of a problem. Oh, fuck, oh, my God, the Zionist brigades that we trained blew up our fucking headquarters and killed 91 people. That's crazy. It has happened so many fucking times, like the top of the hour ad break. It's crazy. It's hetchy, like you hate them saying... It's hetchy, like you hate them saying Hamas the way you should say Lehi. I don't know how to say it. People correct me all the time. They say it's Lehi, but then I've seen other people correct me and say it's Lehi.
Hamas.
But the person in the video is literally wrong. The word Israel shows up in the Torah multiple times, and then it's Hebrew name given to Yaakov to represent the Jewish people. Like the word Israel didn't just fucking appear in 1948. Okay, fair. Wasn't one of the main reasons for the British to want to help Zionism was to put a buffer between France and the Suez Canal? Wait, really? The way you say is it Lehi? Fuck you guys. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. I don't know how to say it. There's a Hebrew word in the Bible called Hamas from the story of Noah, which means violence and chaos. Part of the reason why they pronounce it that way. Okay, whatever. Here's the 3-minute ad break now, okay? That's the real terror that you will withstand right now from me, unless you subscribe for $5 or free.
The Balfour Declaration declared a Jewish state on both sides of the Jordan. That would be Israel and what is today Jordan. And then, over subsequent years, the British then...
Wait. He's doing the fucking... he's doing the thing where he's like, listen up, Transjordan. That's the one kind of trans I'll always defend.
British mandate was in place until 1947. The Balfour Declaration declared a Jewish state on both sides of the Jordan. That would be Israel and what is...
Yeah, look, he's trying to... All of a sudden, he's recognizing Transjordan. What's up? What's happening?
Today, Jordan. And then, over subsequent years, the British then whittled that down. They cut off all of Jordan and handed it to the Arabs. They then cut off most of the land of Israel and handed it to the Arabs. Israel and the Jews accepted every one of those deals, every one of them, including a rump state that was indefensible. What was called by many Jews the Auschwitz borders after World War II, because it was so indefensible. The Jews accepted every one of those deals. The Arabs rejected every one of those deals. What the hell is she? And then she's suggesting that the United States and the Brits fought a war against the...
I like the idea that he's like, you know, Jordan is supposed to be ours as well. Like he is off the rocker, dude. It's ridiculous. Like, the main point of contention in this situation is that ethnic cleansing occurred, an ethnic displacement occurred as a consequence of the Zionist project. You can't just be like, well, it was ours. More of it was ours, actually, and it's really fucked up that and we're not even asking for more of it now. It's really messed up. It's like, what are you, a fucking baby? What's wrong with you? These are like real human beings that live there. You fucking asshole. Shut the fuck up. Like, he's literally crying. There's like, actually, it was our land. It was given to us by the British. The fuck? Fucking baby. He is boss baby.
Here, the British, during the 1930s, restricted Jewish immigration into British Mandate Palestine at the behest of the Arabs, leaving millions of Jews to die in Europe. It was so bad that the Jews...
Yeah, really, really interesting there. Why didn't they fucking let them into England? The fuck are you saying? What are you saying? They were not allowed into America. They were not allowed into fucking the UK. What the fuck are you saying? Like, oh man, I can't believe it's the fucking Arabs' fault that Jewish people died in the Holocaust. What's wrong with you? Like, anybody, this is what really pisses me off about the propaganda that is so filthy and so fucking deeply anti-Arab. Like, he has to fucking tie everything back to Arabs. This kind of like ahistoric projection is unironically the same kind of Holocaust revisionism Benjamin Netanyahu engaged in. Sorry, am I yelling too much? I don't know. You got any takes on this? It's just mind-boggling. Like, he's like this machine was killing Jewish people and there was no way of stopping them, and God forbid, in a humanitarian effort, we opened our borders in the United States of America to Jewish people, or in the UK to Jewish people. Like, what the fuck? Like, they had to go to Palestine, which, by the way, for the record, I will admit, like, I think at that point, Jewish people going into Palestine would have certainly been better than them staying in Europe. But to say that this is like entirely on the Arab population there is psychotic. Sorry.
In Israel had to smuggle Jews in boats, trying to evade the British in order to get Jews away from the Holocaust that was happening in Europe. The Jews were forbidden from actually importing either guns or ammunition into British Mandate Palestine, necessitating the creation.
Well, first of all, they literally still did that. And also, the British also gave them arms. So,
of underground bullet factories in the state of Israel in order so they could even defend themselves. When the British Mandate ended, the British summarily turned over many of the key strategic locations and weapons to the Arabs. Again, these people...
What?
Famously, the British armed all the Arabs there.
What the fuck? Wait.
Just like after the Balfour Declaration, the British occupying force didn't allow any Palestinian newspapers to print any information about it for 2 years because they knew that if the people there found out about it, they would fucking flip out.
That's insane. That is insane. I can't believe he's like, what the fuck is he saying? I feel like a lot of the history that he is doing, he's explaining is like the exact opposite almost, where the idea that like Zionist forces were not armed to the fucking gills and had basically a standing military. Like the Haganah was a standing military, which I believe at the time was like what, 100,000 strong or something. Like it was a crazy amount of people that were very. They were trained by the British Mandate security forces. The British had promised the Palestinian people that they would be left to control their own land and have self-determination when they left, and then they turned part of the land over to the colonial project of creating Israel instead. Yeah, the idea that like the idea that that the Palestinians were anywhere near as well armed as the Zionist forces were is ridiculous. It's like the exact opposite of history. Like what? How did it happen? How did all these villages get fucking destroyed? Like they just had all of the British weaponry, but they just sucked at fighting. Is that what Ben's perspective is? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, he just made up a different version of history.
And weapons to the Arabs. Again, these people don't know history. They don't even pretend to know history. They Google something on Wikipedia and then promptly fail to even interpret it properly.
And cut that country in half to create an ethno-state for Ashkenazi Jewish people. And ever since that war, Israel has taken more and more and more of Palestine's territory.
Okay.
Bro, they literally, I can't get over this. They literally, one, disarmed the Palestinians. Two, armed and trained the Zionist brigades. So much, and last but not least, the security forces that remained, even in the lead up to the Nakba, had orders from the colonial occupation that they were not allowed to interfere. There are eyewitness testimonies from British police that literally were in British Mandate Palestine, Israel, that had to fucking sit there and unironically watch the Zionist brigades that they had trained slaughter the fuck out of the Palestinians and also ruthlessly evict them from their homes and purge them from the villages that they lived in, They literally systematically dismantled any defense that the Palestinians had. It is so insane. It almost is akin to genocide denial. It's crazy that he is saying this. And it's not like this is not written about or even disputed all that much. I know that people like to say that the Nakba was not a event that was designed and was like well documented or that there was a plan, even though there is a plan Dalit, like the specific paperwork exists that showed the mechanisms of ethnic displacement that they were engaging in all of the Palestinian villages that they wanted to take over, and where they forcibly expelled the Palestinians. But also on top of that, they did this with like British forces sitting there and like watching and not able to do anything. It's so frustrating that he's saying this. They would make examples of a few villages with how brutal they were and send them to other villages and catch the word of it and run away ahead of time or face the same fate. It was disgusting. Yeah. They also did psyops, like some of the earliest versions of psyops. I guess they were doing psyops at that point, where they would go in and like play fucking loudspeakers on top of military trucks, which the Arabs did not have, by the way, but the Zionist brigades did. Interesting. I wonder how they got access to fucking airplanes and also trucks, armored trucks and whatnot. I guess it was because they stole it from the Palestinians. I don't know. But they would have big speakers where they would blast, and tanks as well, of course. They would have big speakers where they would blast the sounds of like machine gun fire and bombs to freak out, to freak out the remaining Palestinians, to ensure that they fucking completely left. Of course, they would kill people too. On top of that, but they were doing like full scale war with psychological operations of that magnitude.
Okay. Israel accepted the partition plan by the UN in 1947-48. The Arabs rejected it and launched a war. Israel won the war and got a little bit more territory. In 1960,
that's exactly what happened. That was it. No more.
No, I'm sorry. That's literally akin to genocide denial. Straight up. I think that's fucking gross.
Yeah, but Israel said that they agreed to the partition, so...
Yeah, they agreed with it so much that they just forcibly expelled 700,000 people from areas that they used to live in. It's crazy.
1967, the Arab nations launched an all-out war to destroy Israel, and in 6 days, Israel took the...
They launched an all-out war to destroy Israel. Luckily, Israel got the jump on them. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, they were... They were going to do that. I promise. I swear they were going to do that. Except, no, they weren't. And, like, literally, American authorities, Israeli authorities, openly admit that was not happening. That was not a thing, okay?
The entirety of what is now modern-day...
It's so strange. Isn't it crazy how Israel is always the underdog in these stories and perfectly morally infallible?
Hell yeah.
Like, it's just, they've never done anything wrong. It's always so fucked up that all of his enemies are they keep striking first.
All of their enemies are ontologically evil.
Yeah.
And nothing they do is wrong.
It's crazy because, like, all of their enemies are just about to attack them, and then they just immediately attack first. In self-defense, of course. Preemptive self-defense. Israel always finding itself in the self-defense position.
Israel, including Judea, Samaria, and the Gaza Strip. In 1973, another all-out war by the Arabs. In 1979, Israel gave back the entire Sinai Desert to Egypt.
Oh, also, one of the grossest parts about this is that they always, like Ben and everyone else does this as well when they want to defend the Zionist project, they always will say Arabs instead of saying, like, because it's a shady way to conflate Arabs with Palestinians. Because in a lot of these circumstances, it's not necessarily like the Palestinians themselves doing any of this. It's just the Palestinians getting fucking butchered, slaughtered, sometimes by even the Jordanian occupation, as a matter of fact. So the idea that it's like, Arabs, they're doing it. The Arabs are doing it. The Arabs are doing it together is a way to try and continue the sin of all of the Arab nations and Arab nationalist movements even that engaged in purging Jewish people from their countries in the aftermath of Israel's formation and leading up to Israel's formation in their own post-colonial endeavors. They want to always make it seem like Palestinians are responsible because, like, all Arabs are monolithic. They're all responsible for just hating on Israel too much, and Palestinians are the greatest expression of like that responsibility. That's why they deserve to be ethnically cleansed from Israel.
There's also just something about it coming out of his mouth that just feels so intensely racist.
Oh yeah, I mean he is.
I know he is, but I can't even describe because. And then if you said that, if you were like, well, it just feels like you're using this to create a monolith otherizing this group of people in
Yeah.
a disgusting way. You'd be like, well, isn't that what we call them? They're Arabs, aren't they? You know, like that's
Yeah.
what should I call them?
Yeah, they all the Arabs were working in unison and collaborating and have one like a one-track mind, famously, which is to kill all the Jews. That's what was going on.
Egypt. In 1995, under the Oslo Accords, Israel surrendered the Gaza Strip as well as large swaths of Judea and Samaria to terrorist groups in order to attempt.
Oh my God. Yeah, totally. It's just Israel was like, hey man, please, I want Gaza to prosper. Oh wait, just kidding. We're going to keep fucking putting settlements there. We're going to continue putting settlements there. Like there was no surrender of the Gaza Strip, which is so disgusting to say to begin with. It's like, oh wow, we surrendered the Gaza Strip. Like, here, have this fucking piece of land for 2 million people. That's nice.
To buy a piece.
Anytime they say, anytime someone who is defending the Zionist project says that Israel always was on board with Palestinian statehood or giving Palestinians autonomy, it is a fucking lie, okay? No, Ben is not brainwashed and Ben is not ignorant. Ben is a liar, okay? Ben is a malicious liar who is bloodthirsty and wants the full-scale ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. That's what it is. He is a career liar. He has lied on every other issue when it comes to domestic policies, always lying on behalf of white supremacist forces. And he's doing the same thing here for Israel. That's it.
Pull up the sewer tweet. You know that one?
Yeah, the Arabs like to bomb shit. Israelis like to build. Arabs like to live in sewage and blow up stuff. Yeah. Classic. He is a piece of shit. He is a racist monster. Anyway, as far as being like, oh, we gave Gaza back to terrorists is fucking disgusting.
These people don't know anything about history. They don't even pretend to know anything about history. It's absurd. We'll get to more on this.
That's facts, though. I don't know anything about history.
Yeah, Ben, on the other hand, also doesn't know any like accurate information from history. He knows only enough to like omit key details to make it seem, and not even doing a good job, in my opinion, to make it seem like Israel is perfectly infallible and perfectly just in its actions.
We will never feel ashamed of our support of the Palestinian people.
Hamas.
Never be harassed into silence.
Black student organizers at Harvard are being attacked by
This isn't
Zionist
even
right-wing forces for their support of Palestine.
Okay.
Their faces are being shown on trucks around campus, accusing them of being anti-Semites.
Well, okay, actually, can we fill that in right there? The reason that those trucks are on campus is because a bunch of student groups signed a statement blaming Israel for the massacre of...
Wow, I can't believe it. You know who else did that? Haaretz, which also a bunch of woke scolds anti-Semites. The Israeli paper Record editorial team, I'm here to tell you, woke scold anti-Semites. I would dox all of them too. You know who else I want to dox? The Shin Bet, okay? The internal Israeli security apparatus. Woke scolds, which is identical to what the Netanyahu administration said at the time. But, you know, all these guys, they're woke. They're woke scolds. I hate those guys. It's so fucking stupid. Shut the fuck up, you stupid asshole, you animal. I hate him.
Jews and backing Hamas. That would be the reason.
No, they didn't. No. Also,
in the thing, it's Hamas.
Also, look at him fucking white knuckling. Like, look at his hands. He's like, like, dude, even if that was the case, 100%, even if that was the case, still not appropriate to dox students. That is not the case anyway, which makes it even more, should be illegal, in my opinion, but makes it even more immoral, okay? But, like, you can't do that. You can't just, like, fucking dox random students and, like, put their faces and call them fucking anti-Semites. It is completely psychotic. But Ben is completely psychotic, so it's totally legally and morally permissible.
That would be the actual reason.
But despite these efforts to derail their organizing...
Yeah, notice how it calls the West Bank, Judea, and Samaria. That's intentional in order to deny the idea that Palestinians belong on the land and claim that they belong to Israel. Yeah. We also says Palestinian is not real, which is another thing that you hear from settlers in the West Bank.
say they will not be deterred.
We resolutely stand in solidarity with the Palestinian resistance against the
You know he wants to say slurs so fucking bad. That's why he's white knuckling.
apartheid state that is Israel. It is genocide of the Palestinian people right now.
Shamefully, it is primarily black and Arab students that are facing the brunt of these racist attacks.
Oh, I mean, I feel terrible for you. I feel so terrible for you. You're leading a terrible...
Yeah, he hates when black people are attacked, famously.
This is my least favorite thing to see.
Well, he's in favor of land back movements too, so I don't know.
He's gone so woke, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm real proud of him.
He's such an identitarian when it comes to Israel.
Also, I just want to say his eyebrows look real good. They're on point.
Dude, come on. Don't say that.
What?
God. No. You never have to, under any circumstance, hand it to
Gotta
this
hand it to
motherfucker.
him.
No.
Gotta hand it to
Only
him.
thing he should be handed is a bag of poop, okay? Fuck this guy. I hate him so much. Jesus Christ.
Can't we all just come together and
No.
be together?
No.
Peace.
Absolutely not.
life. I mean, you're the subject of such racist attacks. I mean, not like the babies who were burned to death in you know, the Gaza envelope, but really, it's been very rough for you when people actually show your face on a billboard and say that you hate Jews when you're clearly standing.
Wait, I don't get it. Like, what is this argument? Like, nobody is saying that those babies deserved it or anything. Like, I don't know what. Like, he's shadow boxing with like a completely made up argument, so we can own a bunch of fucking 20-year-old like college freshmen that have deployed adequate analysis as to the events that happened that led to October 7th. Is that what it is?
It just has to be this way, like logically, in order to maintain it. That's the only way it can be. That has to be these things, thought terminating cliches, all of these ways of thinking that prevent you from, that say, if you're at this rally, it means that you support everything that's happening in this moment, that you hate Jewish people, that you ABCD, because they need that to be the case. They need that to be the perception. Otherwise, again, Zionism crumbles. The project crumbles. I know you say this over and over again, but I think it's really important to hit it every time.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a bad job, I think.
Well, he just,
Ben Shapiro is like the mass majority of us who get so angry at TikToks only to watch them when we're forced to. Love how somehow added black people being oppressed with the Palestinians reveals the Harvard students' real agenda.
The woke agenda.
To be oppressed victim in every situation. Yeah, unlike Israel, by the way. I love like white people are never seeking victimhood when they are dominant, or Israel in the situation is never seeking victimhood while they are literally obliterating Palestinian babies in Gaza. Just straight up obliterating them with fucking rockets. Holy shit. Oh.
Standing for a terrorist group. I feel so terrible for you. The horror. The victimization.
Oh, dude, we got a Benny Boy fan in here. Strawman. Ben Shapiro has a top 0.5% IQ. Strawman argument. He went to a magnet school that requires at least 140 IQ to attend. Brother, it doesn't matter how fucking high his IQ is, okay? First of all, get Ben's dick out of your fucking mouth, okay? That's number one. Number two, it doesn't matter how high his IQ is, because guess what? He's the one who's making bad arguments here. You're fucking ridiculous. These people did not say any of the things that Ben Shapiro claims they said, okay? He is the one who is making straw man arguments.
Actually, Ben Shapiro is Mensa.
How can you say Ben Shapiro is wrong? He's really brilliant.
He's in Mensa. I saw the pin.
He's too busy. He's bouncing off his dick right now. He's having a hard time. Hold on.
He's gonna boy's dick.
He's gonna recover in a second. He's gonna come back with a really good retort.
Changes our solidarity with
because his eyebrows look good.
Yeah, you were bouncing on it too.
I wasn't. Game recognized.
Calling him an idiot is just incorrect. Okay. How about he's a fucking piece of shit, monstrous charlatan, liar? Is that good? Is that better? His arguments are idiotic. I don't think he is. Is that better though? Is that fine? Don't call him an idiot. Calling him an idiot is just incorrect. He's very smart. Okay. Well, he's still a liar. Is that better? And wrong about the
this
history.
Is Ben Shapiro, by the way.
Yeah, Trailhead 6. I am not Ben Shapiro. I'm simply
many chats.
Yeah.
It's just math.
What is this? Fog of War is just math. Expert. Oh, what the fuck? 1 + 1 = 2-state solution. Tool time special stream. Israel house closing. How much does a house like that cost? Sold. Private school Long Island feels bad, man. Is Gaza part of Israel? Wait, what is happening? Maybe this person is just going through it. I don't know why I listen to... I don't know why I respond to so many fucking idiots. South Africa has seen a fair amount of oppressed becoming the oppressors, ...
Oh, it could be Elon.
Ominous. All right. We'll let you live for now. You're entertaining. Okay.
Ah, there it is. From the river to the sea. The river to the sea, by the way.
Fucking got him. Got him.
Look at, he's so ready though. Look how ready he is to go in on this.
I love,
Holy
you know what
shit,
I love? I love the like nerd posture of like cracks knuckles. It's logic time. Like he is so self-assured in this moment. He's like, oh, I'm about to unload.
From the river to the sea, eh?
That's a genocidal take. Bet you have nothing for that.
He's so ready. He's about to fucking pop off.
He just needs to be shoved in a locker, dude. As an
was.
adult. No, as an adult. Like, he needs to be wedgied and shoved in a locker until he just stops behaving like this.
Ben, if you're watching this, I don't support violence.
You said, hypothetically, you said, I deserve to be shoved in a locker. Well, guess what? You're violating the non-aggression principle. Oh, Jesus. From the same guy that said BLM is racist against white people? Yeah, he's so good. He's so fucking good.
Let's hear it.
The way is extermination of Israel. The Jordan River, the Mediterranean Sea, that means no Jews, all dead. That's what that means.
Woo!
Resistance movements.
I thought he had.
He did roll through it though.
I thought he had more than that.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna stay on that. Even he knows like that's like kind of silly. It's like an afterthought. He just kind of boop, hit that, and then moved on.
Never cowered and never shied away. We are here today to do the exact same.
Okay, well, that's fine. You just don't have to work for any big law firm. That's okay. It seems to me that if you are a big business, if you are a legal firm, you have no obligation to hire people who support baby murderers.
Dude, from the people that brought you woke culture and cancel culture comes the certified banger of like, you should never be hired if you think Israel's ethnic cleansing campaign is bad. It's awesome how quickly these fucking demons dropped all notion of like, oh, I care about wokeness and free speech. Like, what happened? Where's the free speech? What happened? What happened?
Not that kind.
Yeah, no. Free speech means I get to say whatever I want. I get to say slurs. But if you say Israel should cease fire, then they're fucking engaging. Then that's the worst kind of speech.
I may not like the slur you say, but I will defend to the death. You're right to say it.
Yeah. So where is it? What happened? This motherfucker is like literally being like, racism? Where is it? I don't see it. I would fight against racism if I could find it. I don't see it. Did they say the N-word? Like, he says shit like that all the fucking time, but it's like, from the river to the sea. Actually, that's bodies in spaces. And maybe that's actually, we're not centering ourselves on the mindset of an Israeli settler here right now. It's really fucked up. What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? New C word just dropped, ceasefire. That's a good one. He's so woke. He's so woke.
He's gone woke.
He's gone so woke. He's just fucking losing his shit.
Proud of him.
Actually, Hamas started this whole thing. Remember October 7th? Actually, that's wrong. Before October 7th, Israeli security forces killed 248 Palestinians, and 40 of them were children, and that was just this year. And if you want to go back further than that, we can look at the recent history of war crimes committed by the Israeli government. Operation Protective Edge in 2014, Operation Pillar of Defense in 2012, Operation Cast Lead in
it's cool that he's letting this guy fucking spit. I mean, it's true.
2009.
What started each one of those operations?
They started it! Dude, it's awesome. He's so sick. It's like he turns in Ben Shapiro's always been baby-like, obviously, which
Baby
is
girl.
yeah, like he is very baby girl for sure. But like something about Israel turns his commentary into like the most petulant, spoiled child, like the fat kid in the Wonka's factory or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? He's just like
Otto?
I don't know.
What's his name? Otto, Chad?
I don't know. I've never even watched it. I've just only
Let's go,
seen
let's
like
go.
gifs
Tell
of
me
it.
it's Otto.
But
Oh, it's Augustus
Gloop. I don't know. He just he is
shit.
like
I'm changing my name for you in my phone to Augustus Gloop.
okay. He just sounds literally like Boss Baby, like a baby throwing a fucking tantrum. Rathbone is really good. Great follow. It's just like who started it? Who started it? It's like
Islamic barrages of rockets into civilian centers in Israel.
dude, I'm not even dude, we have to give the Gaza Strip an Iron Dome. I've never been, first of all, arm both sides of a conflict, we make more money. That's number one. Okay.
You're a businessman.
I'm a fucking businessman, dog. I love the military industrial complex. We need to start arming the Palestinian population, therefore even out the fucking field, okay? So they can have an even playing field. Like, what do you mean? I'm serious. Just arm both sides. More war, more conflict. Conflict continues, right?
War is good for the
and
economy.
more money. War is good for the economy.
Facts.
We need to give the Palestinians a fucking Iron Dome, dude. Straight up.
Now who's woke?
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah, exactly. Is there any way we could ship more rocks to the brave children of Gaza? Yeah, we need to give the babies in Gaza an Iron Dome. You're riffing so hard on the memes, your guest is giving you side eyes. Don't be parasocial. Are you giving me side eyes?
I don't think so.
No, he's anti. He's woke. He's like a peace guy. He wants to take away Israel's Iron Dome. Unlike me, I want to give Palestinians an Iron Dome.
That's what started each one of these operations. I love this moron. I guess the idea here is that, if you point out that what has caused the current conflict is the massacre of 1,500 Jews, like, well, you know, before that, Israel killed other Palestinians. You're like, yeah, but why would they do that? And the answer is because they were associated with terrorist group.
Palestinian babies, Israel's greatest nightmare. Nobody does it like the Palestinian babies do.
The thing is, babies grow up and they become terrorists.
Yeah, they're
maybe
they're terrorists in the making.
Do the math.
Yeah,
do the math.
He's so good. He's so good at the arguments.
And he's like, yeah, but what about the conflict before? Oh, you mean because the terrorists were firing rockets into Israel? It's an infinite regress of dumb.
No, that's always how it works. It was always like first Intifada, terrorists throwing rockets into Israel. You know, it was always the same. It was always the Nakba, terrorists throwing rockets, Hamas throwing rockets into Israel. Since 1948, even before then, it was always just Hamas throwing rockets. Guys, never forget, you know, Israel is always in the right. It's just crazy. I don't know how it happened. They're always in the right. It's just so crazy. How, like the luck. Like think about the luck that like for 75 years, every single preemptive first strike that you've engaged in, okay, every single instance, you're always doing it in self-defense. God, well, what do you expect from the most moral army in the world, if in the universe? Yeah.
Dumb here. Just name a bunch of operations without actually explaining why the operations were initiated.
Yeah, but you don't mention why.
Yeah, why were they initiated? I wonder. I don't know. Maybe fucking killing and brutalizing Palestinians at the mosque in Jerusalem. Like every fucking year, there is literally a march through Palestinian territories where Palestinians live in both Sheikh Jarrah, but also throughout the West Bank, where the most far right ultra fucking Zionists will march through the streets and purposely try to incite the Palestinians and instill fear upon their hearts by celebrating Israel's territorial acquisition. And they say incredibly horrifying things in that process. on top of that, they do the annual Al-Aqsa Ramadan raids. They also stop the Palestinians in Gaza from even going into Al-Aqsa deliberately. They restrict their freedom of movement. They beat the shit out of the people. They beat them in the fucking mosque. It's completely unacceptable.
Cast-led happened. Hamas fired rockets into Israel. And that was because Israel broke the ceasefire agreement they had on November 4th, 2008, while the entire world was in euphoria over the United States electing its first black president, Barack Obama. Israel used the opportunity to break the ceasefire agreement and raid Gaza and kill Palestinians.
For no reason, they're just raiding Gaza, just for fun. They just raid.
Wait, I mean, yeah. Wait, what? They've been doing that. Wait, what the fuck? Dude, he predicted Ben's argument. This guy's awesome. I'm going to give him a follow. Thank you, Ben. He did a pretty good job. Like, okay, sick. Like, I normally don't like TikTokers in general. Hate those guys. You know, they're fucking silly and, you know, especially ones that, like, talk about politics every now and then. Lame.
Did you just fart?
Are you lying so that you can... You know you have no noise gate, right? If I farted, you could hear it.
I think you just pulled a silent but deadly on me.
Oh, that's funny. That you pulled the fucking ripcord.
Raid Gaza.
Is that how much I upset you? That you had to lie about it?
This is a chemical attack that's happening right now.
It's ridiculous.
Do what exactly? To steal their nothing? What would the raid entail? What would be?
You know what? I'm gonna unfollow Rathbone and
phosphorus.
I'm gonna unfollow him and you now. Yeah. My hatred for TikTokers grew 10 foot higher, like the wall.
The purpose of such a raid? Can you explain?
Wait, this is his courtroom tactic. Oh my God, Your Honor, the prosecution farted.
Yo, he just beefed.
What the fuck? Yo, Your
Honor, do you smell that?
Yeah. And then he says, whoever smelled it dealt it, bitch. Boom. You're going to jail too. I'm holding you in contempt of court.
Whoever denied it supplied it.
Oh, is this what they teach you at law school?
Yeah.
Like, what are the raid in Gaza? Just for
Ben Shapiro probably has these skills as well.
fun. They just raid Gaza. To do what exactly? To steal their nothing? What would the raid entail?
Ooh, he had a really good one. That was good.
To steal their nothing.
Well, I mean, according to the Israeli officials, they call it mowing the lawn. So that's why they do it, to fucking kill them.
What would be the purpose of such a raid? Can you explain? Like, what are the great valuable jewels being held in Gaza that the Israelis desperately need to get their hands on? Israel so desperately wanted not to be in Gaza, they surrendered the place to a fucking terrorist group for 20 years, who then...
Yeah, no, totally. And they just, like, kind of let them thrive after that. It was pretty cool. When
Famously.
Yeah, famously. First of all, they literally pulled out of Gaza specifically so they could bomb it. So, like, the second thing that you're talking about, oh, what are they doing? Why are they raiding Gaza? To get their crown jewels? Like, no, they just, you know, they do that to routinely suppress the population there. Do a little bit of ethnic cleansing there, you know what I mean? Also, the secondary purpose is that you could just fucking sit there and act like that is the only Palestinian Authority that you care about, that you care to deal with, that you increasingly radicalize, knowing full well that they will retaliate.
And spent every last dime building rockets and terror tunnels so as to murder 1,500 Jews. You know, one thing that I've noticed, they keep saying they're running out of power, they're running out of fuel, they're running out of water. You know the thing they haven't been running out of? Rockets.
Well, you're leaving out a lot of context. You got to go back further than that. To 1967? Yeah, let's go back to 1967, when Israel started a preemptive war.
Egypt was...
But wait, that means...
Every time he makes an argument, this guy's like, you're a fucking idiot, Ben. And then Ben's like, God, no.
I like that he is having an argument with himself,
Ben Shapiro,
but he's doing a good job of representing Ben's positions. But wait, that means he's admitting that the IDF blockade is intentionally crippling their economy and ability to sustain life. Am I missing something? Yeah, of course. I mean, he admits that all the time when he gets too horny to talk about how much Palestinians suffer.
Mobilizing its Air Force.
Syria and Jordan, and took more land from Palestine, further enclosing Palestinians into the Gaza Strip. They illegally occupied the Gaza Strip and the West Bank in what has been formally condemned ever.
Imagine losing a debate to a TikTok that you're watching.
Wait, yeah, didn't he watch this? Didn't he watch the TikTok already? He should just skipped it. Like, It's fucking sick.
He got so angry
that he's like
he's
like getting mad, but also like he just gave this guy 348,000 views, and like not every single person is a Ben Shapiro fan that's watching this. And honestly, this is great for him. Like, how do you lose to a TikTok?
I lose to a TikTok
since 1967 as an illegal occupation in violation of international law, unilaterally condemned by the World Court.
Who gives a shit about the World Court?
Bitch, what do you mean? Dude, I this is my favorite way that like Ben gets angry, where he's like, the UN is anti-Semitic and no one should listen to them. Or like I mean the IDF account or the Israel account does this as well on Twitter, when they're like when they'll fucking own the Geneva Conventions by being like, ceasefire is anti-Semitic, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? Sometimes you have to blow up babies. Like, what are you doing? You're not winning anybody over with this. If this is the best you got, you're fucking cooked. You're super cooked. I left my house and drove to get weed. This was playing when I left. Very happy you're still reacting to the same video. Sincerely, you got it.
You mean organizations staffed by people who hate Israel and the UN and the Red Cross?
Yes. God, I love this.
Of the countries on the planet.
Yeah. No.
For censuring them constantly.
Staffed by, duh. Majority of the planet is anti-Semitic. Everyone's anti-Semitic. That when America says like we need to allow humanitarian aid to come into Israel, that's anti-Semitic. It's anti-Semitic. Everybody hates Israel, and Israel, of course, represents all Jews. And you know, I've created this perfect little logical box in my mind. And if you don't agree with me, then you're also Hamas owned.
Much to think about.
Yeah. I love getting mad I love getting mad, period. But I also love getting mad specifically at like the UN, that is a feckless institution that is also responsible for the inception of the Israeli nation state in the most violent means. But still, you know, it's fake friend shit, I feel like. What's next? Are you going to get mad at England? Like, what's happening? Like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah, you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it.
Like, he's just... I love the way he cries. It makes me very happy.
Like,
the UN, the Red Cross,
oh my God,
the Geneva Conventions,
the Geneva
worldwide
Conventions.
Consensus.
He's doing this.
He did it! I didn't know he was going to go there, but he did it. He's like, Geneva Conventions.
Geneva Suggestions.
Yeah, you've literally lost the plot. You've lost the majority of the people. At least like liberals act like these things mean anything. Like, I know it doesn't, right? I know it doesn't. But like, you can't turn around and be like, Geneva Conventions. Who cares about the Geneva Conventions? We have to kill Palestinian babies. Like, you're not even debunking him. You're just angrily yelling at like global institutions and the rules that, for the most part, benefited Israel, and now are like lightly critical of Israel's gross violations of all of those rules of war. But it's too much. I can't believe it.
In defense of Hamas, the Geneva Convention.
In the world all call on Israel to return to its pre-June 1967 borders.
That's not even true. That's not even true. Even the UN resolutions, which are garbage and stupid, even those UN resolutions call on Israel to surrender some of the occupied territory.
He's so... Dude, this is so good. He's so good. Why did he get owned by a video he chose personally to watch?
Just kept going.
That was awesome. Yeah, he hates the UN. And Amnesty International, and Human Rights Watch, and B'Tselem, and the Geneva Conventions. And he also openly said occupied territories, which is cool. Why did he?
I mean, the Geneva Convention is woke. Like, we can agree that it's kind of woke.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Like, why? What do you mean war crimes? You know what I mean? I think you should be able to do whatever you want during war. There's no reason for it. Why are we shackling our brave warriors in war?
Not all occupied territory. Those are disputed territories. Some occupied territories.
Yeah, but you're missing more.
Wait,
It's still going, bro. He's beating him up.
okay.
This guy doesn't even know he's in a debate with Ben Shapiro.
Yeah,
right now.
and he's fucking crushing, dude. For like every moment in the last like 3 minutes of this 14-minute video has just been him getting fucking owned and yelling about the Geneva Conventions and admitting that Israel is occupying territory and like should give back some of it, or at least according to the UN. Like it's great.
Context, you got to go back to 1948. Okay, let's
No,
go back to
67 was fine.
1948. In 1948,
no. Don't talk about that.
Why is he? He's losing. He's losing the argument. He's still losing the argument. No. It's fine. It's fine.
No, don't talk about that.
67 is fine. Oh, what the fuck? He acknowledged it. This is so awesome.
Business. If you are.
We're going to watch his response.
the Zionists extirpated about 1 million Palestinians from their homes and forced them to relocate to the Gaza Strip.
What? Excuse me. In 1947-48, there was a full-scale war between Arabs and Israelis. Somewhere between 700.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah, full-scale war. Like when they went into the Deir Yassin village, which already had a truce pact with all of the nearby villages, right? The Jewish villages. And therefore did not even have like a standing militia or anything. And, they threw children in ovens and people in wells and stuff like that and like horrifyingly raped them and stuff. That was a war, actually. That was just war. Simply war. Many documented instances of war crimes from that entire period of time, which Israel refuses to declassify, even though we have passed the 50-year mark, by the way, which is so American. God, Israel is so America. It's crazy. Like, the Nakba was not a fucking war. It's like saying, I'm sorry to go there, but it would be as ridiculous as saying, like, the Holocaust was a fucking war, like a two-sided war. It's not. It's ridiculous. You're fighting against people who were ultimately a civilian population. Some of those people had guns, but for the most part, you literally had a standing military at that point that was armed to the fucking teeth and was butchering the shit out of Arabs. Yeah, it's like saying the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising was a war, kind of. Yeah. Why Israel is blocking access to his archives? Yeah, Israel's concealing vital records to prevent darkest periods in its history from coming to light, academics say. Yeah. The only reason why we have information on the Nakba is because not everyone died. And also the members of Haganah and the Irgun brigades and the Lehi, I don't know how to say it right, but they, from the different terror cells, some of which that actually called themselves terrorists, by the way, self-declared terror cells, Lahi, Stern Gang, which is the pejorative, like the negative way of referring to Lehi. Anyway, these guys openly talked about their own Lahi. Lahi, is that how you say it? It's pronounced Lahi. Whatever. Okay, Stern Gang. Even though it sounds kind of cool when you say it like that, but it's not supposed to be. Don't think it's cool. It's not cool. They're very bad. Anyway, come on. It sounds like Stern Gang, like gang.
No, I know.
But they're not good. They're very bad. They're self.
Be like Stern Gang.
Yeah, no, they're self-described terrorists. Like they're very bad. Some of them tried to fucking collaborate with the Nazis.
Oh
like,
shit.
Yeah, no, they're really, really bad guys. Not good at all. Okay. Anyway, yeah, very like really bad. Okay, so. The only reason why we know about the atrocities during the Nakba is not because there's firsthand accounts, eyewitness testimony, not only from Palestinians who were able to escape, but also from the members of the militant brigades, the Zionist brigades. They openly talk about the horrifying things the horrifying atrocities they committed
and 800,000
And also from the British police that was there too.
Palestinians either fled or were expelled from areas where there was military activity. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians left in the lead up to the war and during the war because all social services had collapsed.
I hate him so much. Like, I want to laugh, but he's such a gross piece of shit, dude. Yeah, Trail of Tears. the Native Americans were simply fled. Armenian genocide. Armenians simply fled from areas. Like, they were not forced or anything. They just simply left on their own volition, never to return. Like, what the fuck are you saying? What are you saying? It's just, you're doing genocide denial. You're doing genocide denial. For the record, I brought up the Armenian example. I don't want anybody to fucking turn around and be like, oh, see, we got him. He's denying the Armenian genocide. I'm not. I'm saying that this is akin to denying the Armenian genocide. Just so you know. Anyway.
Because the Arab nations were telling them to get out. The other part is that you may have noticed many Arabs remain, which is why 20% of Israel's population currently is Israeli.
Oh my God, he hates Arabs so much. Some of them didn't fucking get the memo, and they remain.
Arab. The Gaza Strip was then governed by Egypt. I don't see this guy calling for Egypt to form a Palestinian state in the Gaza Strip. The West Bank was completely occupied by Jordan from 48 to 67. No call for a Palestinian state. Weird. Weird.
Uh-oh.
Again, the Jews took in 800,000 expelled Jews from all the Muslim countries in the...
No, dude. Am I in this too?
No. The Daily Mail. Young Turkish Emir backs Hamas murder of babies and says terror groups have legal ground to slaughter infants if they're settlers.